idea. No idea. No idea at all. Are we back? Live. No idea. No idea at all. Right. We'll keep them out. I think we can pop those back in. That's it. The printer's just finished. That'll make life easier. So let's continue to do a terrible job of screwing these in straight. No idea. If you were in the stream and now you're back in the stream and you're wondering, yeah, I don't know either. That was weird, wasn't it? Just 1 minute it was there and the next one it was gone. If you are lurking out there, thank you. But say hello. So I know who's there. Because it's bloody boring in here otherwise. It gets a bit boring. All right. Screwing these wonky ones on is a bit odd. Now, I think I might have had momentary clearance issues with these ones before. Let's make sure we haven't bulged it. Yeah, nice and mobile. And you. Right. Now, the problem we was having was this was getting snagged up on the bottom of there, but because it's got a little kick down on it, because it's got a little kick down on it, that's getting it away from this servo setup. So you wouldn't have this problem on the non-four-wheel steer version, but these are the kind of things that you end up dealing with. Oh, I got a burpy burp. What we're working on, it's a UTB18 heavily modified. We've got a Vitavan gearbox in there. Hello and welcome to the stream, by the way. It's got a Mini 16 in it, Vitavan gearbox, custom brass links. We are doing a kit. I'm going to actually have a kit available. I already have. Just grab these out of shot here. I do link kits for TRX4 at the moment and for this, but we don't have a heavy duty, heavyweight extender link kit. So what we're going to do is go with a lightweight link on the rear and a heavy duty front as well, so that we'll be more skid forward, we'll have more low down weight on the front of the vehicle, and then we'll have a nicely extended skid. But the problem, one of the problems I'm facing is when you use alternate links for the back, it gets into the servo and that ruins articulation. But I've got this link with a kink in it, and that looks like that's going to solve that issue for us. And then we've just got to make sure. Is it? What have you done so far, Capra Queen? Capra Queen, I'll say. So what would that be? CQRC. What have you done? So what have you done so far? And do you have any recommendations for me? I'll tend to go my own way. So if I do end up ignoring any recommendations, please don't be offended. It's just me. But I am interested in what you've done and what were the challenges with regards to what you've done and so on. One of the things that I'm having trouble finding is a drive shaft that allows for the stretch, because I think with this, which is where I want to roughly be, we're going to go from 229 to 260-ish. I've built the toughest UTB18 on the planet. I designed the first centre pass through axle for the UTB18, and I am currently building a UTB18 8x8. My goodness. Where can I find your stuff? Where can everybody find your stuff, Capricorn? Because you've piqued my interest. I am sufficiently interested now. What have we got in a 4mm? Because I don't think we need that bend. So yeah, where can we find your stuff so we can all come and have a look? Because that sounds right up my street anyway. I've got a link box behind me with 4mm. I've got some Mias rod ends in there. They'll work. Or I could screw one of these off, I suppose. How much different are they? Quite a lot. Right, let's go. Right, that's the right one in there. Yeah, and it's moving. So, oh my goodness, these things are so bloody well on there. No, let's not do it with that. Yeah, definitely be interested to come and have a look. Oh, I dream of having like a 2-camera setup here. So I've got one like me up in that top right hand corner, or yeah, up in that top right hand corner. I just have a camera on me, so I look down the camera when I'm talking to you and stuff. But it's all right. I guess this will work for now, won't it? So we have got Traxxas kinked rod end. So this is the one that I'm going to be using in the back to clear the servo, because once that bolts into there, you need that. Otherwise, you don't get any articulation. And the idea is to improve all of the things. I don't really want to lose anything. Once we get the heavy brass fronts on, we'll make all of this. You can even look up UTB18 6x6 or UMG18 Unimog to find me. Oh, brilliant. This chat replays after the video is finished, like after the live stream is finished. So anybody that watches it will be able to see that. And there you go, guys. Just type in UTB18 6x6 or UMG18 Unimog. So your modification, so you love this platform because of how easy it is to go in different directions. Is that a fair assessment, Capricorn? So that's going to go in there. That's going to fit in there nicely. So we have to ask, how long is that? All right, we've ended up quite a bit longer. Yeah, that's going to push me out. Sorry, guys, just thinking. That's going to push that out quite a fair bit. We need like a 90 link, don't we? That's it. I think these are like 100. I'm just going to grab something off the printer. Looks like I'm going to need to adjust the temperatures. They've printed really nice though. I'm going to need to adjust the temperatures on the printer because we got a little bit of webbing between them. But these will need doing offline. Let me just show you. There we go. These are the adjustable link. What would you call these? These allow you to build an adjustable link. So with some stainless steel, hopefully that's the right one. Yeah, it is. That goes in there, and then you put a rod end on there, and then you can adjust it, screw it down. This will have a rod end on here, and then you know the length for the rod end you need. You don't have to keep changing them out and trying them. Just adjust this until it's right. Lock it down with the little screw that goes in there. Bob's your uncle. Yeah, these are by Team Revolt. If anybody's interested, I think this might be a free file or there'll be a tiny charge for it. And this is what I should have done in the beginning, is use these. Right, if I can get... So, like, that's got a threaded... What's it on there? So... Right, let me get this right. That'll go in that end, and then you'll cut that off about there, and then in this end, you'll screw, I guess, a 4mm. Have I got one with a 4mm in it so we can demonstrate? Yeah, there we go. So that'll go in there. This will become your permanent fixture, one end. This is a really good idea. Oh, you can even look up, oh no, I've already read that. All right, overall, it's a balanced platform to build from size, geometry and price. With all the upgrades available, it makes it one of the easiest platforms to build from that's affordable. I also have a 5-foot HD transparent trailer for it to pull weights over £100. My goodness. I can't wait to have a look after the stream and see all this stuff. Is your content on YouTube, or is it everywhere? This is PLA Plus, so this should be nice and strong. It's handy that I've got some. I can't remember what these were from, you know, but I've got some ultra thin 3mm. Is that 3mm? Where's me measuring doofer? My calipers are over here. So I'll fix this. Yeah, 3mm in it. Of course it is. Yeah, so now all we got to do is cut that to length and put a suitable rod end on this end, and then we can just adjust it to where we get it the exact right length for what we want. And then we just tighten the screw down. That's brilliant, that is. I have a little older content YouTube, but now I'm posting exclusively on the T word. Well, that is where we'll find you then. I don't mind going over there and having a look. I don't use the T word myself. Oh, look. And there you go, guys. What Erwin has built this for is one of those the push nuts that push into 3D printed stuff. But it looks like we are going to be able to use a 4mm set screw for this part of the application. And if I'm doing this right, you should be able to see it. So there's your link like that. You just adjust it until it's perfect. And then hopefully I can do it by hand. Oh, 4mm's not quite going to bite. Oh, it's a shame. So if this hole were a little bit tighter, that 4mm, yeah, it's not quite. All right, I'm going to have to put a push nut in there then. Or get Erwin to send me a file that's got that in it. So yeah, there we go. Adjustable link maker. You get it the right length with this, and then you build the one that you need. That's really good. That I don't see exactly how I'm going to use it right now though, because that set screw isn't going to pinch it enough, which is a shame. That would have made life really easy. Right, so where are we? I think what we're going to do is we're going to work out our rear lowers first. And I don't see any reason why we can't use that length. And if anybody can see me making a mistake, please holler at me, because that'll make life easier. So let's pop a screw through there. All the extra stuff on a four-wheel steer axle, and the fact that it all has to be attached to the cage, does make this operation a little bit more tricky. Well, we're just going to get a couple of turns on that one. That'll do. We get the other side through. Oh, I've done it on the outside. Ugh. What is wrong with you? Needs to be on the inside, doesn't it? Because the shot goes on the outside. 5-foot trailer that'll pull over 100 pounds. That's going to be something to see. The amount of torque and power these things. Oh, wrong way. I've got always amazes me, but then you hear something like that and you're like, what? What's everybody else up to today? I see a few of you out there. Hopefully at some point I'll have enough knowledge on how I can see who's out there so I can say hello. But if you have popped in, hello. Thank you for joining me. Get slowing. Cheers. Little sip of the Red Bull. Actually, that was a big swig of the Red Bull. If any of you are guys, when you say it's upside down, because I was working on a vehicle the other way up, right? Do you know what? I think I'm gonna do. I'm done with wrestling with the cage. I'm just gonna take the front shocks off, and I'm gonna put the cage to one side because it's just gonna be so much easier. I can't believe I did that. You let me do that, guys. Especially you, Capri Queen, because you're the MVP, not MVP, the most valued player. Yeah, you're the MVP. Yeah, you're the one that's got the years and years of experience of doing this stuff. I can't believe you let me do that. Right, let's get this over it. Right, the only thing that is going to stop me doing this, I should have done this right from the get-go, shouldn't I? I'm guessing anybody else that's got good at working on the UTB18 platform does this. So I'm guessing you guys just remove all of the stuff when you're working on one of these, because it is a pain in the flaps, isn't it? Doing it when it's all looked up. Do you know what? I think I'm going to remove the light bar. Has anybody got any thoughts on that? Like, I'm going to do it anyway. What's this? Do you think the cheat code axles would stand up to trailing? Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not, no, like, don't take offence, but if they stand up, I'm removing the lights, guys. I don't like the fact that you can't switch them on and off, and I don't really want to go adding loads of switch gubbins, so they're going. Yeah, if they will stand up to comp crawling, then you can bet your dollars that they will stand up to trailing, because, like, again, not trying to offend anybody, trailing is a lot easier on your rig than trailing. Comp crawling is a lot harder on your rig. It just is. Like the constant binds, the facts that you're not allowed to reverse without losing points, etc. What's this? I dipped the portals on that one once to slam the axles. I made it as low as possible just as an experiment. Generally, I'll make a 4x4. I'll set the rear steering to 50% sweep of the front, full sweep on the rear for a full comp build. Good information. Right, this could be a little bit easier, isn't it? That cage, that is the reason that I ended up buying a UTB18. I thought that, with those stock tyres, where are they? I'm still running them with a really good 3D printed insert in, and these work. I've got a screw that needs putting into home properly. These really work, guys. So that was it. That look, and I couldn't help myself. I was just, I was in. What's this? Oh, I always figured trailing was hard on RC drivetrain. No offence, that's why I asked. Yeah. Trails, excuse me, trails can be really tough on your rigs. But is a good example, I guess. This is Spidey. Spidey's really been through the mire. Is he in the shot? Yeah, he is. Spidey's been through it all. So this rig has been trailed hard and run on comp days. Like, it's not actually entered the competition, but he's done soft competition content and stuff. And whenever we're testing stuff, we brutalise him. And I tend to drive like I'm not just trailing. I tend to drive like I'm a comp, so I'll avoid reversing and stuff like that, because it's just a good habit to be in. So, and this is on the Mias nylons. If I was building a trail rig, I would go with the Mias chassis, and you could definitely use one of the Mias axles, either that one or the Mias cheat codes. If you go the cheat code route, you get a bit more of a wider stance. So that ain't a bad thing. You know, it's good to have a bit of a wider stance when you're out there, especially if you've got a more trail-oriented rig, like something that is a little bit heavier, maybe has got a bit more of a scale looking body, then you can go that way. But like if you've got one, you don't really need another trail rig, in my opinion. You can't go worse than that. And then obviously you can use it with this, or you can go full scale on top of this. And then I do link kits for the TRX4. These really heavy brass links make this thing an absolute bomb. And it gets the weight really down low. So I've got brass up front, brass pull covers, and these heavy duty links, both steering and lowers. And then that makes that one of the ultimate trail rigs. But if you haven't got one, then building on the Mears platform is a good way to go, for definite. So sorry that was a really long-winded answer, but it's one I believe to be true. Traxxas TRX4. I do rate it. I really do. Right, which link were we building for the upper? It's that one, isn't it? So that must be the other one of those. Right, let's get this put on the right way up next. That'll help. I feel like this shot's too wide sometimes and not wide enough for others. So, like, if I ever want to bring something into the shot, like one of the rigs, then this is the jam. But when I'm doing this sort of stuff, I do feel like I'm going to have to go with the multicam setup at some point, guys, I think. Let's get these wires untwisted. I might switch that servo out while we've got it apart. I'm just going to save that for another day. I do not like the stock servos on the UTB18. We've got rid of the play that was in here by replacing the servo horn, but their whole cheap as chips set up for this, really, just not very good, is it? Not very good. And that's being polite. Whereabouts you at, John? Where are you from? And where are you from as well there? Capricorn, where are you from? Is anybody from the UK? What we got? They're going on an optic with cut boggers. I've been through 3 front H10 axles. Vanquish H10 axles, John, or Mears, the Mears versions. I'm guessing if you'd been through 3 of the Mears versions, you probably wouldn't be buying Mears again. I was talking to someone on Facebook on one of my posts about axles, and they said that they bought Vanquish F10s for their comp build, and they've snapped 3 sets of the drive shafts already. And what did they say? They were like 54 quid a set, which is like $60 odd. Hello, Alan. Australia. Bloody hell. Is this? Does it need to be the other way up? That's a stupid joke, isn't it? Sorry, Alan. Like, you try to be entertaining a little bit. Like, I want to be myself. Actually, I do make stupid jokes, so that was very me. Thank you for checking in from Australia, mate. Yeah. So there's a question for John, wasn't it? Was that the Vanquish version of that axle? So we're not going to be able to use these rod ends, that's for sure, because that is up a little bit, and there's a little bit of play as well. So those aren't the jam for that. Right, let's get her over. Now we've got to come up with exactly the right length. I wish we could get rid of some of this flipping bird's nest. Like, I'm a really tidy wiring guy. I'm not afraid to say it. My wiring is pretty good, and I find these almost impossible to get tidy. North Carolina, I've watched you for a while and love your videos. And Vanquish axles I've replaced. Oh shit! You're having trouble with the Vanquish axles as well. There's a guy at the club that I crawl at, like the comp crawling club that I go to, and he bought a Vanquish. It might be a VRD stance or something, and he's been doing really, really well. For someone who's never really driven comps before, he's been doing really well, and he hasn't had any problems. But you're not the first person to say that they're having problems with the Vanquish axles, and I can't imagine you're being that brutal on them. Are you a new driver are you new to, like really new to rock crawlers, John? Because we can tend to be a lot more rough on gear when we're very new to it. You don't sort of recognise the situations that kill them. I'm not trying to put it on you, and I'm no fan of the whole Vanquish company situation. I don't know, and I should say I don't have a problem with them either. But I guess I'm trying to say I'm not shilling for those guys. We are going to be changing this servo out. I feel like we need to leave that in though. We're going to leave the servo in while we're doing the links because they do get in there and get in the way of stuff. And if I removed that, we're not going to know. So let's drop that link into there. Cap Queen said something. Yeah, my UTB18 UMG18 has custom 4.4 thick carbon rails, brass servos, brass axles, brass knuckles, brass portal weights, brass X's, skid plate, truck linered custom Kevlar Unimog cab, and tungsten bars. Bloody hell. You're in the Carolinas in the States. That's south, isn't it? My geography is terrible. I mean, I've been in RC all my life, but crawlers only a few years ago. Yeah, right. So you sound like someone who wouldn't just be destroying things, you know, because you're being too hard on them. And in that case, then I guess those rigs should be holding up or standing up to the abuse you're giving them. Like I say, you're not the first person that has said to me recently, that's going to be nowhere near. I'm just trying. I wish I'd got the things to use these, because it is literally what this process is for. What do we need to put? We need to put something under there that's that height. Just looking around. Oh, yeah. There she is. My raspberry packaging. There we go. That'll do. Let's get the shock out. That's about close enough in terms of height. Set the pinion angle to about where we want it. It is 100% going to be the case that I'm going to need a longer drive shaft. Yo, Sam. You drive pretty scale. You can use full-size servo in front, but I suggest a low profile in the rear for chassis clearance. Yes, you're right. But I think we're going extended enough. I don't know whether you can see that on the camera. I think with the correct pinion angle, I've heard that you need to keep your caster as neutral as possible on the rear of this vehicle. So about there. And at that point, I don't think we're going to get into the back of the cage with the servo. But if we do have a half height that we can throw in there. So I will keep that in the box of considerations. You know, so but I like hill climbs. Yeah. So have you snapped your axles tumbling down hills, John? Is that when they've broke? I purpose build my rigs, yeah. Right. I do not know whether we're going to have a link. Oh, that might be the jam. That might be the jam. Sorry, I don't know why I do stupid voices, but I do sometimes. Right, if we've got a pair of them, we have. I don't mind having strong plastic uppers, just in case anybody was wondering. I will quite happily use. So we need one of these on one end. Yeah, I will happily use these are Delrin. I made these up for something at some point, and it looks like they might be, yeah, with a bloody rod end on. Oh, have we got lucky? Have we got lucky? I mean, if we live in the West, I guess we've all got lucky to a degree, right? That reminds me, I need to dust off my one nitro RBX10. You got an RBX10 of you? I raced nitro in the 90s, and I played with nitro in the 90s and early 2000s a little bit, but I have to say I kind of fell out of love with nitro because the long days at the club that I belong to, the long days of breathing in the toxic fumes and the constant noise and the fact that, like, you know, like, it's not a friendly place as much as it used to be. Like, there used to be vast swathes of land where you could go out and play with your RC cars, especially the noisy ones. And the old noise police are a lot less fun these days. So being able to just grab, that's too long, that ain't it? Or is it? Yeah, you know what? I think that is it. Yeah, the noise police, they screw things up for everybody now, don't they? I used to love blatting. I had a Mugen with a 3.5cc motor in it, engine, not motor. I got so used to saying motor these days. And man, that thing was a lot of fun. I actually I bought one of the world champions, like, old motors, and by old I mean he'd probably run it for one race day. They used to sell their stuff off, and it just mind-boggling. That's binding, that rod end. Shit, is it the right length though? This is the more important question. And it's not. Right, okay. We might have a fix for that though, so let's pop that out. That reminds me, no, I've read that one. No, believe it or not, it's the steering knuckle with a servant leak that keeps breaking. It's the steering knuckle with the servo link that keeps breaking. Right. So no, you're saying no, it's not tumbling down hills that's done it. It's done it 3 times. So I'm ordering Mia's cheat codes. I mean, at that point of the knuckle, I'm just looking at Spidey. I know this isn't the same rig, but essentially they're the same knuckle. There is a lot of meat. It's double shear, and there is a lot of meat around. I don't even know if I'm on camera. Well, yeah, there's a lot of meat around this area. I'd be very, very surprised if he was able to break one of the nearest ones there. I haven't got a knuckle here from Vanquish to reference it up against it, but right, what was I thinking? I was thinking I'll take this off and put a shorter rod end on this end. So I didn't really think this through very well. Do you know what? I could be doing... Oh, it tumbles low. Yeah, I bet it does. I mean, you can't do hill stuff, can you, without... Like, the tumbling is part of it, isn't it? Let's be honest. Let's be completely honest. Which is what this channel's about. We're not going to have any industry support at all moving forward, guys. I don't know whether you've seen my latest comments on that. We're not going to be doing any sponsored content, or let me rephrase that. We're not going to be doing any ghost sponsored content. If one of the companies wants to pay me for an ad read, it will be really, really out there and honest. You'll have a thing come up on the screen saying the following part is a sponsored content read from a company, and then they can pay for 30 seconds or a minute in the video. But moving forward, I've already ordered the parts. I'm going to build a brand new... He's over there, isn't he? I'm gonna build a brand new Spidey, and the plan is, the hope, the dream is, I'm gonna build a brand new one of them, and then you guys are gonna be able to bid on it like an eBay auction, and then you guys will be able to own your very own version of Spidey, all brand new, with brand new wheels and tyres and all that, some really decent components in there, and then you'll be able to see what it's like to drive one of my rigs. And then that money goes back into the channel. The idea is some of the parts in the build will be review pieces, and that's how we're going to fund ourselves moving forward. This is my current plan. I was doing raffles for a while, but it just didn't feel good. I hated the fact that I'd be taking money off of you and you might not win. I know someone gets to win, but you tumble less driving scale trails and obstacles. Afternoon all. Oh, hello, pop-up toaster. How you doing? That thing, pop-up toaster, that we're doing with the tickets for the Kent thing, I've not heard back from Erwin yet. So I'll let you know. But if he gives it the thumb stamp, then we'll just sort it out when I'm done, because I'm going to be attending that day. I'm just not going to be in the competition. Using an RBX10 servo saver in the UTB18 works amazing and saves. Right, there you go, John. That might help. I can't get help if I'm not honest. Did you post in the FB group recently asking about Kai Comliner? Yes, I did. Like, I am stretching this sufficiently. Now, I know everybody is saying, oh, it's all right, you can just use the Okie Kokie 2000s from Deluxe, but I'm in the UK, they're in America. The whole Trump tariff thing's making that look a little bit beyond my remit in terms of finances. So what I might do, I've got a lathe. You could see it in the shot. I've got a lathe here. I might make up some collets and just use necked down Mias drive shafts, or make a collet. I've got some cut to lengths here as well, some no-9 ones. You was the guy recommending the deluxe things. I really appreciate it. Like, everybody that's commented on that has given me food for thought, for definite. Right, we're still a little bit long on here. So I don't want to alter the length of the bottom because this is kicking this out to, it's just, now we've got it sat nicely on the raspberry box. Let's just have a look. I think this is around 260. Yeah, so with it sat there like that, it's a shade under 260. I think we'll want the servo about there. Yeah, it's like 259 millimeters, or let's look, there's a few American, there's normally more American people, so that's 10 1/4 inches now, which is where I want it roughly. So we are going to have to machine these down, but that's good. I'm good. Easy day in the lorry. No rush about the ticket, mate. On the day is fine. I'll just let you know whether Ursyn's okay with it. Otherwise, you might need to pick one up. I can't see any reason why they wouldn't be. Sorry, guys. We're just talking about a competition that I can't enter anymore because I'm looking after my little boy that day. But I am going to be down there filming for a while with my boy because he'll love watching the cars go round. So thank you for coming over. Is it Kai Comliner? Is that how you say your name? Thank you for coming over. It is really nice to have people joining us from the face of books. All right, so we're going to want dropout. I'm just making sure that this is going to... So we're going to have it set about there. Right. So how much shorter do we want it? Sorry, guys, this bit's... It's not great TV, this, is it? Not that this is TV, but you know what I mean. Right, let's have a look. Kiko. Oh, Kiko Milner. I was saying Guy Comliner. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Thank you for clarification. There it is. Kiko. I love that name. Where's that from? Unless you don't want to say, then that's all good. All right, so it needs to be, looks like 3 mil shorter overall. Let's just make sure. Actually, let's put a screw in. Yeah. Let's put a screw in up here just to make sure that is set. Right. Right, that's roughly where we want it. Let's just check the measures. Right, now I'd say that was closer to 4. So the overall length of this needs to be 4 mil shorter. So what I'm going to do, I'll move you guys over to the lathe, and we are going to take 4 mil off the ends of these pieces of delrinium. And then I think we're going to be cooking on gas. So we are going to be making a transition. I haven't used my lathe for a little while, so bear with me, guys. I'm going to get you moved over to the lathe shop. If anybody cares how I'm doing the booming of the camera. I've actually got like a wall-mounted tripod, and that makes life easier. Right, let's get your shot down on that thing. Hopefully we haven't left any of our adult pleasing devices in shot. I've got autism and ADHD, guys, so occasionally I've been known to say things that are inappropriate. So if that happens during a live stream, I do apologise. It's all I can do, really, is apologise. Right, that's not going to be great because this camera is kind of where my head needs to be. So let's make that a little bit less in the way. Let's put Mandalorian where I can see him. I've got my Mando stand there. There we go. And then I can see comments. I didn't think I was going to be able to transition. If I put that on that side, would that be better? I didn't think I was going to be able to transition. It's a South America pet name. Lots of Portuguese purse dogs are named Kiko. Do you know what? I think, I didn't want to say anything because I'm not trying to be that guy, but I think I've met a dog in the UK, like a Chihuahua or something like that, that was called Kiko. So there you go. Confirmation. I'm not sure. Tourette's is rampant in the USA. So part of my condition can manifest like Tourette's. Like I do find myself, like I've got no filter, which is a bit unfortunate at times. I find myself saying things that are considered inappropriate all the time. We was at a church meeting. Like my partner is friends with a church group, and what am I doing? Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to get the angle of the camera a little bit more set up better. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's better, isn't it? Right. So yeah, we was at a church group. So some of you will have heard this story already, but I've got a theory that the TARDIS from Doctor Who is a metaphor for a vagina. And my partner's friends from this church baby group that she attends, and that they were visiting our place, and she introduced me. I'd never met them before, and then we started talking about superheroes, and I'm like, oh, geeky like stuff. These might be my people, and we got to plug this in. It'll work better. And then I explained my theory that the TARDIS was a vagina. Yeah, I said, oh, did you know that I think the TARDIS is a metaphorical vagina? And I could see by the look on my partner's face that I might have said something that she didn't want me to say in front of her church friends. And then I was like, and my brain was like, it's all right, look, I'm just going to talk some more. I can fix this. And obviously, the more I said, the worse it got. And we haven't seen them since. Oops. Right. Let's just make sure that's going to spin. I've just literally stripped the lathe down and cleaned it. So hopefully this will go well. So we're just going to go in. We're going to go in 2 millimeters on this end. There we go. That looks a lot more than 3 mil. We're going to measure it. Yeah, it could be, see? It could be. Like, I can relate. Yeah, I mean, like, it's bigger on the inside. The doors are like flaps. There's the whole regeneration thing. Like, I wasn't trying to, like, not be at the party. Like, and I certainly wasn't trying to upset my missus, who did get very, very upset by it. You should have seen the faces she was pulling to get me to shut up, and because my brain was going, no, love, no, it's okay, I've got this. And the more I explained my theory, the more stressed and annoyed everybody looked. And there was even a point where I was like, I need to shut up now, but I just kept going. Right, that's 72.3. And this is 70.3. So we've taken 2 mil off. And I wanted to take 4 off, guys, didn't I? I wanted to take 4 off. And now I've got to work out which end I've just taken. I think it was that end. Right. So let's get this back in here. Sorry, I just knocked it. Yeah, the TARDIS is a vagina. So, like, he's reborn through it, isn't he? And we're all born from vaginas, aren't we? So, hopefully the internet isn't... Oh, YouTube's not demonetising me now because I keep saying vagina. But, yeah, anyway, that was my theory, albeit not very popular with the missus. And, right, we are at 5. So we want to go... Let's pull this back and go all the way around to 5 twice. And that'll be 2 mil. Yeah, so, and the doctor refers to it as a her or she and all that. So yeah, sometimes when you start digging a hole for yourself, maybe it's better to keep on going. Well, I mean, that's what I felt like at the time, but I think it might have been a good idea for me to shut up, especially looking at the way my missus' face was performing. Right, where's my measuring stick? Yeah, so that happens. Unfortunately, that's worked out really well. Look, I mean, we're 0.04 off of where I wanted to be. So let's just measure that again so I know what I want the other one to be. Oh, look, there you go, 68.3. So we're taking exactly 4 mil off of that. That should be good now. I didn't actually think in the beginning about going Delrin with my uppers, but should we test one on the vehicle? Right, hopefully you can hear me while I'm over here. I'm just going to screw these rod ends off camera, guys. Please forgive me for that. All these unfinished. There we go. Getting a rod, getting one of these set screws in one of these ends when they've just been lathed upon. There we go. We're cooking on gas now. Thank you very much, Kiko. Yeah, this is going to be it. I will be posting up on the UTB18 page, and when the link hits a final, I'm going to give one a set away. I've had a word with Ken, who owns the page, and I asked him if he wanted to run the competition for the page himself, and he said, no, it's fine. Just come on. If you want to give a set of links away to the members, then so there'll be a link kit, an extended link kit, and if I can bring it into the shop without everything falling apart, I also do my own heavyweight brass links as well for the steering, front and rear. I do heavy for the front, a lighter for the rear. That'll come as part of the kit as well. I'm not sure on pricing and all that. So there we go. A much shorter link, just out of shot, just in case we need to do some adjustment. I'm just test fitting this out of shot. So let's drop that in. And that one. Oh, I wish you could see this, guys. We got beautiful link angle. The servo's canted up slightly, which is what I wanted. When I bring the camera back down, you'll be able to see that. But now we know I shouldn't ever leave these in the. Oh, you're welcome, John. You're welcome. Right. So we're going to take 2 mil, just in case anybody is wondering. I'm doing this. I'm taking the tool head and just touching. Where are we there? Just gently touching the part, and then moving this back out of the way. And then I'm using this dial here, which is on 1. If we go all the way round to 1, and then all the way round to 1 again, that is 2 mil. Make sure we're not hitting the chuck. And then, this isn't ideal, this tool that I've got in here, this angled, looks like a chamfering angle bit that I've got in there, but we'll just put a little bit of a nicer edge on it. There we go. I always put like a little chamfer on there, and there we go. That's 2 mil off that end. I've poked it in the hole. There we go. This is going to be so good. I've been meaning to make this kit for ages, but, you know, I've got a 3-year-old and a missus. My missus is a lot younger than me. She likes to do stuff. Where I'm a homebody, I'd either be in here working on stuff, doing videos, making things, or I'd be out crawling with my boy or something. But she likes to do other stuff. And, you know, it's not all about me. I try happy wife, happy life, innit? Is that what I say? Right, there we go. So, where are we at? We are at 7. So, we're going to go all the way around to 7 twice. And there's approximately 2 mil. Doesn't have to be absolutely spot on. So we'll have taken 4 mil off both the shafts now. And that should be lovely now. Just what we want. Let's give it a little chamfer. Just a little one. Oh, wrong way. Don't drive it back into the part. So there we go. Right. Always remember to take these out, guys, because if you hit that with these in, they can become projectiles. You can smash your hands to bits. I've got a photograph of one of my lathe mates. Right, we're done over here now, so I better unplug. My little one comes in this room and he knows not to touch, but you never know. So I always make sure that these things are switched off and unplugged, because I would never forgive myself if Neo was to harm himself just because I'd left something plugged in. Right, here we go. Let's get this rejigged. Try to give us a bit better of a camera angle. How do you feel about that, guys? How's that camera angle right there? Good? Bad? Ugly? Feels like it needs to be. How would I do that? It looks like it's slowly dropping. Right. Right, let's get as you can see, I'm not afraid to use Delrin for uppers. It's just super light, very, very, like you can bend that, but like most of the torsion on these is pull-in or push-in, especially on the uppers. It's a brilliant material. It really is. No shit. Did I take 2mm off both ends? So busy talking that I'm not sure if I did 2mm off both of these ends. Did I? I think I did. Is anybody else paying attention? Oh, and if you're wondering what this lovely long piece of brass is for, this is 7mm. No, it's 6. This is 6mm, and that is what is on the back there, and that's what I'm going to be using to extend the rears on my comp crawler that you may or may not have seen. I think I've made the shot too tight for me to grab my truck. No, I'll probably get it in, can't I? So, wow, this is so much lighter than everything else I picked up today. There's the rears. This is my comp crawler, the Joker, which is on a Revolt Tsunami chassis. And we're running the WPL 10BO80, WP10BO80 on this, and the Mias LCG gearbox. And I'll tell you what, I love that. I absolutely love it, but it is about 15 or 20mm too short. The guy that finished right up the order on the day, a guy called James Bentley, was running about 335 or 340 wheelbase in Class 2. And I think it's fair to say he dominated the class on the day. There was like literally, I'm not exaggerating. There was nobody near him. Right, let's get in the shock duplicator, because these do have to be within. In fact, I don't know how far you can get away with being off, but I usually want it, so like it's got degrees on the bottom here. I usually want it within half or quarter of a degree overall. And all it does, you just slide it onto the points there, and you have a little look. Let's see if I can hold it up. I'll do it on the camera over there, and then you hold it up. Because of the way the shadow that's hitting that, it might look off for you. Try to get it so. I'm trying to get it so it throws the shadow evenly. But this RPM shock duplicating tool for links, chef's kiss. Absolutely the business. Best tool. There are some 3D files out there. If you want to print one, I know there are files available. And if you have trouble finding the files, let me know. And I shall speak to my file guru mate, and I'll get you a copy of that file, because, well, it's just really good. And then you don't have to buy a set. The RPM shock duplicator tool are getting harder to get hold of as time goes by. This is not going to be long enough for, you know, actually going out and doing stuff with, but it might be long enough just to get a little bit of a test around the floor in the workshop. Right. Oh, I'll tell you what. You know what, guys? I think we might be there now. Right, let's get some screws through. Right, let's get some screws through. Just to hold it together. Now we've got a pair made up. Let's get one of those in the rear. If anybody's going to be interested in this kit, You can either contact me through the Facebook group, UTB18 Mods. What's it called? I can't actually remember the name of the Facebook group. Or you can contact me at rc.daddy.reviews@gmail.com, or you can just leave a message under a video. And I don't really have a clear idea on cost yet, because we're still working out what the components are that are going to be available for the kit. I think this would be really nice. People will just be able to grab a kit and fit it to their vehicle, and boom, Bob's your uncle. You've got a stretched kit. Now I've gone this route as well. I'm positive that we'll be doing Delrin uppers for the kit. And the reasons for that, Delrin is incredibly easy to manufacture, to machine, as you probably just saw while we was on the lathe, and it's cheap. So that will enable me to make the cost of the kit as affordable as possible for everybody, and that's got to be a win-win down the line for people. I certainly know with our current need of a new car at the minute, our vehicle is just falling to bits. We don't, we're not the sort of people to want the greatest, the newest and flashiest stuff. We just need a car that gets from A to B safely with my 3-year-old in. And at the moment, every time we go on a journey, it feels like we're flipping a coin on whether we're going to get there and back or not. I hate it. And knowing that my little boy and my missus are in that vehicle, yeah, I'm not a fan of how that all rolls right now. This is looking good, guys. It really is looking good. So we'll need some 4mm axial rod ends for this. And so when I actually finish the kit, it won't be this shaft won't be the same length as it was today. It will be made so I'll take this apart again, and I'll go and work out what the eye to eye distance is, and then that will be the finished job. Right, let's just have a little look at the sitting height. I think we're all zipped up now. So right, I'll have to look at that camera over there. Right, so as you can see, we're getting all the articulation that we weren't, and as you can see, the drive shaft's not going to be long enough. I might just whip those out of there if they're going to be a pain in the arse. So we're getting all the articulation that we want. We're getting enough dropout we weren't before because of the interference on the servo. Putting a half height in the back actually would help that, wouldn't it? We might switch that out for a half height. I've got one, so we'll do that, I think. What else? Pinion angle. Now, if you're not used to building RC vehicles yourself, pinion angle, so that's the angle that this pinion comes out and turns into the shaft. You want that when it's set up on the vehicle. These drive shafts are really being a pain in the arse. You want that so that it isn't pointing down here or isn't up too much in this direction. It needs to kind of follow the link. Oh my God, stopping me from pushing it up. Right. And another thing with your links, let's get it in the shot for you. When it does this up and down, you don't want that pinion angle to change too much either. And by the feel of it there, we would need to button it up really fully to check, to make sure with the cage on and everything, but it looks to me like that is going to behave pretty well. So we're gonna change this servo. Let's just get it out of there. You're done, servo. One of the things that I've got like a little video series, a shorts video series that I did, 10 things I hate about the UTB18. One of them was their crappy servo horn setup where they've got some sort of shitty spacer involved in the situation, just trying to make a servo horn that wasn't designed for a servo fit it. Like, that's a bodge. Oh, you don't sell RTRs with that stuff on, not a bodge. Like, it's all right if you bodge something or I bodge something, but you don't send the thing out to market with a bodge going on, do you? I wouldn't. I'd be bloody embarrassed if someone said to me, excuse me, this doesn't seem to be quite how you'd expect it to be. Oh, yeah, no, well, we didn't have the right ones, so we just threw that on there as a bit of a bodge up. I can't remember what I did. I think I found one. Yeah, this isn't moving. So basically on the Spectrum 664 that comes with these, it's got this and then an adapter down to a thread that doesn't make sense. And you can really, really wiggle that thing about. These are all right. Like, you could use this servo is all right. You could use it for a dig servo, or if you were just doing like a crap mess around vehicle, like you were building something for your kid to trail with, or something along those lines, use that. Be great. But yeah, not for anything else. So this is where, that's where the half-height servo is going to come from. I've got an OC servo. It's a BLS 04009. Really fast, really good servo. That is going to be going in the back of here because it's not quite torquey enough. And the one that I linked to below my videos is going to go in here. I'm going to be putting either a Yantris or one of my old and trusty Yippin AK-70s. There are two 70-kilo servos from Yippin. Do not mistake the cheap one for the half-decent one, because you will end up with a servo that has got plastic parts where there used to be aluminium parts. And the AK-70 is only about $15 more, but it's brilliant. I love the Brass Reefs Raw 500. Factory servos are 23 tooth and the upgrade servos usually 25 tooth. Yeah, there you go. Hello, Lee. How are you doing? We are a little further along with the UTB18 stuff, and if you can see these in the shot, I've built up the servo, the adjustable link rods, sort of, but I've still got some parts to make. But next time I do links, I'll have these, and that'll do all the way from sort of there all the way out to there. So that'll make it a lot easier to work out our eye-to-eye links in the future. Yeah, live again, Lee. Who saw that coming? Not me, that's for sure. I'll have a cheers for the old Red Bull. Not sponsored. But that is the state of affairs today. Having a 3-year-old, yeah, oh, that really does take it out of you. I'm too old to be having a 3-year-old. My missus wants another one. I'm like, no more. I'm 56 this year, and I'm already dead from working my nuts off on this stuff and being a bloody good dad. I'm already knackered, and I'm not having any more. They are the ones that Erwin's designed. Jamie is working on a set as well based off of this design. And without a doubt, so Erwin's basically just to come up with the most simple version of what he saw in the Crawler Canyon stream. And these are going to be brilliant. I think Jamie's taking it to the next level. And what he's designing is also going to be really, really good. And I guess we'll see that at some point. But I don't think it's not a product. I don't think either of them have got any intention to sell them. So the fact that they're going to have their own versions, hopefully, that won't cause any upset in the camp. Right. So we got links, Lee. What we haven't got is a shaft that fits, which is a shame, but that is where we're at. We're going to be putting the OC Servo half height in the back of here. Going to hop off, but loved your live content. Keep up the great Capricorn. Thank you very much for coming in. I'm not just saying it. I get so bored building in here on my own. So if anybody jumps in the stream and just has a chat while I'm doing stuff, it makes it all a little bit less lonely. So thank you. Whatever you're up to next, I hope it goes well. Your keyboard is playing up again, is it, Lee? For anybody that doesn't know, Lee has had a persistent and ongoing kerfuffle with his keyboard. And yeah, if it looks like things are persisting. Right, so where we're at, we do kind of need to drop that servo in. But we also need to know what length everything is now. So I can tell you guys that the lowers, they are standard. Oh, blimey. Hello, Capricorn, good to see you. See a new name. Yeah, it is good to see a new name. Like, loads of people have jumped into daily that I've not heard from before. And some of the people have been watching content from the channel previously, but have never really said anything. So that was lovely to, know that there was other people out. It's turned into a sauna in here. So, excuse me, it's not going to end up booby vision because of the camera angle, so we're good. I've just redone my mics on my glasses now, so hopefully that's all right. Lurking and listening while making an hour and a half delivery. Are you out delivering, Sam? Bloody hell. What part of it you're in the United States, Sam? I feel like I've asked before, but where are you? What sort of area? I'm thinking Mississippi or something like that. I don't know why. I could be wrong. Yeah. What part of the world are you delivering in? And what are you delivering? Is it just boxes, isn't it? I think. I'm sure we've had this conversation before. I appreciate you lurking, Sam. And if anybody's out there, Louisiana. Right, so that is the South, isn't it? But it's not Mississippi. If anybody wouldn't mind taking the time just to give the like button a boot for me, because the algorithm, we're all slaves to an algorithm these days, aren't we? It feels right. That's going to go down that side in the cage. I don't feel like I've ever had a good place for all of the wiring in this setup. Like, I really don't. I've got this curly business going on from my racing days just to try to like boop things together. But well, that could go there. Is that going to be rubbing? No, it's not, because it sits on that. So we might stick. I wonder if I can put a zip tie around what are we thinking, guys? Can we stick a zip tie around a quick run and just have that in there like that, because I think, if I'm honest, last time I zipped it up together, that was just bouncing around, didn't it? My keyboard would go mental. I'm guessing you mean mental, trying to spell Mississippi. Cookbooks to a little old lady, Baton Rouge to Mandeville. Now, those are names that I've heard of that actually don't register any sort of geolocation in my brain. But bless you, I'm sure that little old lady will be very grateful. Hello, Rudy. Hello, mate. You guys talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I'm going to go and point Percy at the porcelain, and then I'm going to be back with a zip tie to see if we can tidy up this wiring a little bit. I'm going to leave the mic there so you don't have to listen to me wee. Cool, that's better. I was choking a wee for a long time there. That's so much better. Hope everyone's good. Thank you, Rudy, for keeping things going. I know Baton Rouge from the gun store show that was on TV. That might be from where I remember it. Was it Red Jacket Firearms? It doesn't ring a bell for me, Lee, but I only vaguely have a recollection. Zip ties. Blimey. Yeah, I only have a mild recollection. Mild recollection? That doesn't sound right. I've got about 5 projects on the go at the same time here, guys. I need to get in the habit of starting to finish a project. The trouble is, like with the whole YouTube thing, sometimes you just can't finish stuff. Like, oh my goodness, why is it? It's moderated. Hi, Rudy. Yeah, and he got in trouble. Did he? What did he get in trouble for? I love the little side chats that happen. Makes this so much more intro. That's going to work, guys. I mean, I'm not happy about the angle of the aerial coming out of there like that. Put a bit more of a gentle bend in it. That aerial is going to have to go back out the back like that, I think. That'll be all right, though. I've got to do something about this wiring. Yeah, he got locked up. What did he get locked up for? This rings a bell. The guy out of Pawn Stars got locked up as well, didn't he? Feels like a very similar situation there. Right. So I think we're gonna zip tie that one onto there as well with the servo. That'll keep that in check. And then this wire, I'm just going to recurl that wire, I think. So where are we? That'll be the motor. So it's 1 to turn and 2 to burn. Does anybody else remember it like that? I'm always like, right, 1 to turn, 2 to burn. Like, I don't remember it. It's not like I just go to do the plugging in of the bits and then go, oh yeah, it's that one. I have to actually physically sound like 1 to turn, 2 to burn. So that one's the this and that one's the that. Indecent behaviour with minors. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Indecent behaviour. That leaves a nasty taste in the mouth. It was multiple offences against kids. 3 life terms. It must have been serious then. Multiple offences. Yeah, real bad. So what you're trying to achieve on the UTB. Right. Brett, let's bring you up to speed, Lee. So this has had multiple modifications. We've got OD in the front, UD in the back. So we've got underdrive and overdrive. We've got a Vitvon gearbox, Mini 16, really, really spicy Mini 16 motor. We got brass links all round. We got brass steering links, brass servo links, brass lowers, and Delrin uppers. Now it would seem so. That's where we're at. Oh, we've also got custom 3D printed inserts on the stock tyres and wheels. So you can read it with the eyes not working. So yeah, we've got all that going on. I'm just going to get that. Oh, you boostard. If anybody was wondering how you do curly wire, that's it. You just wrap it round something about 4 or 5 mils, so a screwdriver, hex driver, whatever you've got handy, and then you hit it with a hairdryer, or you just leave it somewhere for 5 minutes like that. If we can put that on there for a minute, there you go. That'll just hold it, and then that'll pretty much stay where you put it. It's typical though, isn't it? Now I've done that, I need that for this. Oh. I mean, like, if anybody's hurting kids, if anybody's hurting them, abusing them, I get what they deserve, I guess. 3 lifetimes. His arsehole will be bigger than a 2.2 tyre by the time he gets out, if he ever gets out. And too right. I agree, it would be hanging for me. Just let's get back to what we was talking about on this. I've been fannying about, so I worked out that a stock rear lower for a TRX4 is roughly about how long I want to get this, because I want this vehicle around 260 wheelbase. Stock is 229. Oh, hanging as the punishment. The only trouble with killing them, and I don't know how much you know about me and my past, Lee, but I've done a bit of prison, and I think if I was going to be in prison for a long time, I'd actually rather be hung. I really would. Being locked up with a load of psychopaths, especially when they know this guy's a nonce, yeah, I can't imagine him. He probably wants to hang himself. But yeah, what was I saying? The length of these is perfect for the length that I'm trying to get to. This takes me to 360, and then we just had to manufacture some Delrin uppers because I want to get all that weight down low. So by having a heavy lower and a Delrin upper, we're getting tons of rigidity still. We're getting no weight up high. We're getting weight down low. Hello, Team Revolt. Look, Erwin. Ta-da! I haven't used it in this build, but I did print them off and I have shown them. Is this going to be a free file, Erwin, or is there going to be some sort of nominal charge for it? I didn't know whether it was a freebie or not, but I've talked about it in this, and this is pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. So I've got the bit that goes in there. I haven't got any push inserts though. So do you know what? See that hole? Can I have a file with that fits a 4mm grub screw? Because this is just a tiny little bit too loose. If I could have one that fits a 4mm grub screw, that'd be great. I don't know if it's something you want to do, or I'll just buy some inserts and then. But I can see how that would have made this so much easier, Erwin, if I had had that done. I was on earlies this week. And a day off, Lee, if I remember. Happy days. Right, so where were we? We've zip tied that. I think let's give it a real good snug down. Yeah, when I was banged up, Lee, if someone was, they used to call it being on the numbers, if someone was in there for child abuse, whatever shape or form that came in, if they used to get bleach in their food, people used to gob and put bogies in their food. If they were caught outside their cells by the others, they'd get set upon. Life for them guys, not fun. And I actually think they're worse off in terms of punishment wise. They're better off in prison because the other inmates just make their lives a living hell. And I kind of feel like that's what it should be like for them while they're banged up. I can't remember what channel I had the alternate in. Should I be plugging it in on this, really? It's never a trail vehicle. I might have to. What was it on? I've got it on that. Right, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it in 4. Because I know the rear servo goes in 3. That's a little bit tidier, isn't it? That is a little bit tidier. We're going to zip tie that one onto the servo jobby. Erwin uses a brass insert. Yes, he does. No pay on the day off, but it's still good to be at home. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm in the same situation, Lee. Like, if I don't turn the tools or do something, I don't get paid either. So when I'm doing, like, I do agency work for editing firms, so I edit video for them, and if I don't do that, I don't get paid either. What a bloody nightmare that is. But again, like, I'm at home with the missus and the lad. me and Neo go off and do something, or I go and film a crawler video or whatever. I try to make use as much as I can of the spare time. And happy days. Yeah, right. Where did I have to switch? I think I was coming through there. I kind of wish this didn't have a switch on it, if I'm completely honest. Like, I'd be absolutely all right with this not having a switch on it. Oh, I'm a lot happier with the wiring like that, that's for sure. Let's get this all tucked in here. This is the bit that is not great for me. I've just realised that's the RX strapped on. Oh, I thought that's a weird looking gearbox. Yeah, no, this is running the Vitivon UTB gearbox load, which is a bit spendy. I don't actually think I'd recommend it. I haven't had a play yet with other versions, but I do know that Axe Speed have got a nice version of it, and I think Trill have got a version. The Trill one's a bit spendy, but there are a few other people out there doing them. But yeah, I went with the Vitivon because the Vitivon is the only one that gives you the extra gear reduction that you kind of need if you're going to run. What am I trying to say? If you're going to run brain stop working, if you're going to run the Mini 16, because the Mini 16 is huge in terms of the amount of kV it's got. Right, so this is where we find out if we've struck gold or not. Now, the pinion angle looks good to me. We don't need a hugely longer drive shaft by the look of it, but there is something stopping me from mounting this down. There we go. Oh, I thought maybe where I'd moved that to it was causing a problem, but it does not seem like it was. We will have to pull this back apart to do the survey. So all I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to throw the shocks on, and we're going to have a look to see what we need to do in terms of changing the links of them. I'm sharing my bike with my mate this week, so I've done 250 miles. So out at 6 a.m, back for one to swap over, and he will drop the bike back later. I'll be watching in the background, listening now. Oh, thank you, Erwin. Appreciated. YouTube still rewards us for lurking, so I appreciate that, bud. Right, let's get this on. So what we're going to do, I think, we're just going to put the wheels and tyres on, and we're going to get the shock absorbers mounted back up, and then we're going to have a look to see. I think these are 75s. Do you know what? I was going to say what we'll do is we'll bolt the 75s up, but I'm sure I'm going to need 85s. Let me put this up here. Sorry, guys, just repositioning Mando because my internet keeps dropping out over it. Right, let's get you guys out of the way. Over here is a set of 80s, 85s. I think they're 85s. Are they in this one? Yeah, here we go. So these were on here at some point. it'll annoy me that they're the wrong colour a little bit, but I can live with that. I can live with that. Oh, I haven't got bloody rod ends on. You bastard. All right. Oh, they're the same colour. Bam, bam, bam. Do you know what? I don't even think these have been built. Oh, God damn it. Dropped it. Right. So they are, I don't know whether we'll be able to see the difference. It looks like the bodies are the same length. Oh, yeah, because they would be, wouldn't they? It's these over here, idiot. Right, yeah, so as you can see, these are 10mm shorter, 1 centimetre shorter. And I think that's what we're going to need to do, because pushing the back out means the shock lays down a lot more. And these are really oversprung most of the time. But because the shock's now going to be laid over a lot more, I think we're going to need that extra springing. What do you think? Oh, have I not pulled this up in the old for that? No, I haven't. All right, another job needs doing. So when I put that back together for the final time, I need to make sure that I put the what's it in a debris. I need to make sure that I put the power into the cab. That's what I was trying to say. Come on in. There we go. Is that? Yeah, that is the right one. Right, so let's get the shock in there first. So I don't think these shocks have even been built or rebuilt. So if I do intend on using these, I'll have to pull these apart and rebuild them. You know, when you just think, oh, I'm just going to throw some longer links on the UTB18, it'll only take a couple of hours. And this is day 2. And we got bits we got to order. We got shocks to rebuild. This is fun. I'm joking. I'm joking. It is fun. It really is. Right. So look, yeah. We're not going to go. We're not going to need to go in that super laid down one. So you've only got 2 holes on the UTB18 on the rear, a bit like my missus. And yeah, you want to use that one, the one closest to the shock. I'll get there in a minute. So let's pop that in there. So I'm going to need to order. Yeah, you can see that is going to be massively oversprung. And we're running unsprung on the front. So we might do that on the back. Unless I've got a set of springs that are going to make sense. Oh, the anodizing on these is slightly off. I'm going to use the 2 that are the most similar looking. I think Erwin's actually got some UTB18 content coming, guys. Erwin is the man responsible for, well, he's part of the team that's responsible for the inserts that are in the standard. I got these to work really well with the help of Erwin and the Team Revolt inserts. We managed to get the stock tyres working. I did like a tyre mod. There is a video on my channel about it. I did a mod to the foams, but I run in a lot of mud and crap, so I wanted 3D printed or silicons, and Erwin did a 3D printed for these that is exceptional, and it lives in these tyres now. And these wheels, they're a beadlock off AliExpress, and that's Sharpie. Believe it or not, that is yellow Sharpie, and look what a bloody good match it is for the car. Anyway, side, a little bit of side. What's it? There we go. And a side, is that what they call it? Oh, well, this went a lot better than it did the other day. I thought I was actually going to be struggling a fair bit to get the lengths, and especially with the whole, as this link comes up, it bangs into the bottom of the servo. I also thought that was going to cause us a bit of an issue, and I'm telling you now, I don't think it will. Not now we've got the right links and rod ends and all that. Has anybody had any snow? I went out last night to take Margaret, the dog, out for a walk, and there was bloody snow all over the car. I hope it's not going to do that Saturday. I'm down at Kent Radio Control Rock Crawlers Saturday and Sunday, Lee, because I've been a good boy. So I'm looking forward to that. I've got these RC upgrade RC rock claws to test with Jamie's inserts. Jamie gave me a set of inserts and tyres to test, because like we bump into each other at the club right now. It's nice and easy. Like, I don't have to wait for him to come from China or order from America or whatever. And yeah, Bob's your uncle. What we saying? Oh, it's not in shot. What we saying now, it's in shot. This is too tight, this shot. That's what we're saying. There's like 0 pinion angle change. Like that pinion, I'm not kidding, that pinion angle is not changing. Mind you, that's their geometry. All I've done is drawn a line between the two. Looking at it, we might be able, oh no, I'd have to do like some sort of weird bend here. I was going to say we could do like a bent link, but the distance between these two is so little. Yeah, we can't do like the link riser thing that I did for the Capra. I'm going to be making changes based on what I think the vehicle needs, but I think we're locked in a little bit in terms of some of what's going on. Right, let's get these screws in. I'm loving it though. I am absolutely loving it. Here we go. This is the kit. This is an untested, untweaked version of what is going to eventually be available. Let's turn the torque down. Oh, that wasn't enough. There we go. That went a little bit further than I wanted it to. I've got loads of screws left over. Does that mean I'm doing it right? I've got 4 for the servo. I am actually slightly worried I've missed something. I know I haven't screwed the cage back in, so there's 4. Right, there's 4. I've gone in the back hole both sides here. Yeah, that is hugely oversprung. So that will have to be tweaked. Not had proper snow in my end of London since 2 February. Really? No? Wow, Rudy, that's sacrilege. I love a bit of snow. I don't want it to hang around for ages. I want it to come down, arrive, let me take me boy out to do a bit of sledging and a bit of snowman building, and then I want it to piss off until next year. But something going on there. What's going on there? Let's get this thing out of the way first. We got a bind of some description. Right, there it is. We don't really need this through, guys. Sorry, am I doing all this off camera? We don't really need this. Oh, shit, get back in there. This is fiddly. I don't like fiddly stuff. Right, get back up in there, you. Right, where's me hook? A couple of quid off of AliExpress, guys. These picks have got me out of many pickles. Got another one. Let's just use that. Yeah, they are great for just reaching in and grabbing stuff like that. Thank you very much. Right, she's in the cockpit now, so let's put that there. What's going on up here? Oh, that's really weird. A minute ago, that was locked up. How strange. Maybe it was, oh, I don't know. It was that lead then, wasn't it? Plonking something up, sorry, you can't really see that. So the front is beautiful and the rear has got a pair of shocks in it that are not set up in any way, shape or form. But in terms of, so that's what it's going to look like. So we've got a rise up into the skid and then a straight out. Let's get some wheels on it, shall we? And we'll have a little look, see what it looks like with wheelos on it. I haven't drunk any water for ages. I should probably do that. Where's my nuts at? Where's my nuts at? I've got a set of nuts here somewhere for this. I normally leave them on the axles, but some stupid part of me thought, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll leave them on the desk. It will be fine. Oh, crap. Where are they? They can't be far away. If anybody in the UK is interested, there is a set of Endura Klingons on Team Revolt 3D printed inserts for a vehicle around somewhere between 2.5 and 3 kilos. These were just tested. I haven't done much with them since I tested them. They've been on the vehicle 2 or 3 times for like one little session here and there. So they're almost brand new. There's a set of 4 there with inserts. Make me an offer, but you'll remember you'll need to pay for postage. And they're yours. If anybody's interested, sorry guys, I'm just looking for me nuts that were on the table right here somewhere. But I've moved a lot of stuff around throughout streams and such. Did I bury them over here? Let's put my drink there. Let's move that over here. I might have shifted them over with this lot. No, it's all right, Maggie. It's not all falling on your head, babe. Right, let's put them there. All right. So I guess we're getting some new nuts out. Oh. And I can't remember whether I ordered, because I know I needed some new wheel nuts or M3 nuts, M4 nuts. There's one. Right, picked up the wrong one. There it is. There's one. Oh, they're over here. Yeah, I did leave them somewhere I could find them at least. Who's that saying hello? Hello, Osborne. Sorry, mate. I was checking me nuts. Got some set of 4. You've got a set of 4 of the Endura Klingons, have you, Lee? Sorry, was that what you were saying? Right. Rear. No, that's the front. And that's how we run them. So let's get that on there. I am using those Endura. If I can find them, I'm using them. Yeah, I'm using the Endura things that I got. These. Do you know they Endura Mias? These are the Mias. Got Endura right in front of me, and these are really nice. But they've got like a little bevel that leads into the socket. I'm actually going to grind it flat because sometimes if the nut head, like a little nylock nut head like this, it kind of misses the top of it a little bit. So they're lovely. They're a thing of beauty, but I think the design guy was just trying to make them look really nice. And what he did by not having that front end flat, like he could have put like a chamfer on here if he wanted to make this a little bit kinder, but not on the inner edge. I think you should have just had it flat so that goes all the way down and just gives you as much purchase as you can get on there. That's the front. I've marked these up because they are, because they needed to be marked up. Where did I put the screws? Just drop that one back in there and use the ones that came off. Yeah, I'm just going to whack it in. That's a good idea, actually. Like, I didn't think about popping it in the lathe. There's so many things I could be doing on the lathe, and it's not until like someone like you says it, or until it occurs to me, oh wait a minute, I could do that in the lathe. Yeah, that I think about it. Yeah, I'll just unscrew this, pop that in the lathe, and then just flatten this edge off. I don't know whether you, I don't know, well, you can actually see the thing that I'm talking about. Yeah, they've done like a little chamfer on that inner edge to I don't know, make it a little bit friendlier to the nut or something. I don't know what their idea was there, but they look beautiful, but that didn't need to be like that. And I think while it looks nice, it's not adding to the function of it. I do like that they've got that beautiful pattern and that they've got one of those rotating palm pieces as well. So it feels like a very nice, and the knurling on there gives some really nice grip as well. So I think they almost hit the nail 100% on the head when they did these, but they're still slightly off of being perfect. Oh, I'm so excited. Everybody keeps saying one of the most common questions you see on the UTB18 pages is, does anybody know where I can get a link kit, or what are you guys doing to do your links on your UTB18s? I want to extend it. And there are options out there. I think Deluxe has got a kit. And there are other people doing it. But for anybody that's not in the States, there's no European options. And I think when this kit is finished, it will be one of the better options out there. It will come with Delrin uppers. It will come with Delrin uppers, heavy brass lowers, heavy brass fronts, and Delrin uppers on the front. And it will come with my brass kits, and you'll either be able to get a 4-wheel steer version of the kit, or you'll be able to get just a two-wheel steer version of the kit that has my heavy brass fronts on it. And yeah, a really comprehensive kit, or you'll be able to buy any of those components separately on their own. But so we're going to run drag, like a belly dragger style setup on this. As you can see, I haven't got, let's just get this in the shot. All that I need to remember that I haven't bolted the skid up as well. The skid's not bolted up, and that rear servo has not been refitted. Let's put those screws there. Let's grab this up in the shot. I might just whip those out now, those springs, because it's making it sit properly funky, and that's not the greatest shot of it there, but we can fix that. We're going to lower the camera dangle. Bear with me a second, chaps. Very appropriate that I think that the box that I keep all my link making stuff in is in the shot upside down for our Australian viewer. But there you go, yeah. So that is what it's going to look like, but it will sit down. We're going to be aiming for it to sit about there. So we'll be maintaining ground clearance, and the transition, we've got no hang points on my links. One of the things that I always do when I make links is I make sure that the transition between the rod end, are we even in shot now? Yeah, we are. The transition between the link and between the rod end is very, very slick. So you just slide up. Now, someone did say to me that they felt like that this all needed to be bent up, and I may be doing a bent version further on down the line. But I think for now, unless I start to find that I'm getting problems with it, because I really do test the crap out of all of my stuff, guys. And if I don't get any problems, then the bent links I won't be doing a set of bent links. Shall we very quickly pop those springs off? I'm just trying to think of the quickest way to do it. Now we're gonna have to remove all the wheels and tires and whatnot to do that. That is roughly where we're going to end up. I'm really, really happy with where that's come out. Let's just have a little look at wheelbase, and it looks like we've actually ended up bang on 260, and that is what I was aiming for, guys. There we go. Do you bash, Dwight? I don't. I prefer crawling, but I do enjoy a bash now and then. But it isn't something that I do regularly. If I had the money spare, I would have an MT10 probably kicking around, or one of the newer MT10 type quality rigs. Trying to think. Do you know what? The Armour. What's that new two-wheel drive Armour? See, I want my boy's going to find the bashing way more interesting than any of this stuff. I'll tell you what, guys, shall we throw it on the scales? I can chuck a servo in the back, can't I? And I'll throw a battery on the nose. Before we wrap this up, let's throw a battery on the nose, and I'll get me scales, wherever they are. They're over here somewhere. No, where's my bloody scales gone? So we have got a box of Sky RC weighing scales in the building. I recently had a bit of a shuffle round and I moved some stuff out of the workshop. And since then, I've had nightmares finding things. Right, no, that's my old Mears boxes. Not under there. God damn it, where are they? Oh, we might not be weighing it, guys, if I can't find them. Come on, where are you? I've got to be here, right? They're not over there. They're not behind that. They're not under there. If you want any of them tyres, let me know and I'll get them sent. If you want any of them tyres, let me know and I'll get them sent. I'll cover post. What tyres? Sorry, Rody. I'm not really with it today. If I want any of them tyres, what, 4 bashers? Is that what you're saying? If I want tyres for bashers? Sorry if I've lost the plot slightly. Oh, right. They've got to be here, haven't they? I'm pretty sure I didn't move them through to the other room. Well, I'm just sorry, guys. I'm just moving rigs off of me, my storage bit down there to have a look. No, not in there. Not under there. Oh, there they are. Underneath me Dremel kit. Oh, fucking that was a flipping workout. You have a little thought, don't you? Like, oh, I'll just do that quickly. Did I miss what you were saying, Rudy? Oh, here we go. It's because I didn't read the rest of your bloody comment. My bad. Got a few sets of tyres that came in second-hand deal. Got 4 Proline Badlands glued on plastic. Four Proline Dirt Hog. Unmounted 4 HPI ground assault glued. Is that so? You don't want them because you don't bash? Is that what you're saying? Right front, left front. That's really kind of you, Rudy. But do you know what? Like, we are hopefully, my partner and I are just waiting to hear if we can move in together. Because at the moment, I've got my own little flat. I love my little flat. I've got my own little flat, one side of Hemel Hempstead, and my partner lives the other side of Hemel Hempstead in a massive flat, which is why my workshop is over there, because her place is far too big. And we've spoken to the council about consolidating, and they're not really helping us do it. And as a result of that, we haven't got a ton of space. So I'm going to decline your offer, but I am very grateful for the offer. I do appreciate it. Right, here we go. We're just loading up on the old Sky RC application. Right, we're in there. It is all zeroed. Let's just have a look. So we've added a lot of brass, like a long length of brass lower to the rear. I'm not going to show you what it is yet. I'm going to keep you in suspenders. Right, here we go. Let's put that on there. I always like to make sure that each wheel is exactly in the centre of the scale. I wanted a set of these for ages, and my partner, I'm so lucky, guys. My partner said, "What do you want?" And I said, "Do you know what? I've wanted them for ages, and I'll keep not buying them because I don't feel like I can justify the spend." And she said, "I'm going to get you those for Christmas." So I think not this year, but last year she bought them for me. So I ended up with a set of these. Right, total weight is 1,591. I'll put it on the screen for you. Hopefully you can see that. Let's have a look. Yes, you can. So total weight 1,591. The 815 and 775. That's quite a way off, but it's saying it's only 1%, or it's off 2%, isn't it? No, that'd be 1%, wouldn't it? 1%, 2% difference. But the left and the right is pretty good. But what is the split? It is 57 to 43. So we are adding 6 mil lowers. They've got 5 mil on at the moment. And only 1 millimeter doesn't sound like it's going to make a lot of difference. So, it says it. So it's not going to make. It seems like it's not going to make a lot of difference. But let me tell you, when you go from 6 mil to 7 mil, or 5 mil to 6 mil, the mass in that significantly increases. These are little Bolt X. I don't make anything if any of you guys buy these, but I'm going to recommend them. I could be recommended stuff with links on, but this is what I'm using in my UTB. They're a high voltage lithium polymer, LiHV, and it's a 450 milliamp. I don't get super long run times, but long enough, and I carry 3 or 4 of these in a bag, and that'll easily last me a day. I absolutely love these little things. Like I say, I'm not making anything out of telling you that. I just really like the battery, and I think for this, they're good. But I do also use them in my comp rig as well. This guy runs them as well, and so does Spidey. I have other batteries as well that I run, but I do run those if I'm trying to be as competitive as possible at a certain point. So let's get back to this. If anybody's going to be interested in having one of these link kits, just message me below the video or drop me an email to rc.daddy.reviews@gmail.com, and I will message you back and we can sort something out. I haven't got a fixed price on what they're going to be yet. They are going to be competitive. Right rear. I've got to put these away, right, because I had them all higgledy-piggledy, left front, and when I got them out of the box, I put them down, and then I had all my measurements coming up wrong, and I couldn't work out why a really well set up rig was looking like 50-50, and then everything, all the other numbers were weird. So, yeah, if you've got a set of these, they're like 60 quid, I think. I didn't think I'd use them, and sometimes I don't because I'm being lazy, but it's nice to know your numbers. So look, if you want an EM tires, let me know in the message about. Yep, I'm not a basher, so no use to me. I will remember that you've got them, Rudy, and if anything changes and you've still got them, that'd be great. I don't mind covering postage, mate. That'd be really kind of you. But yeah, so we're going to drop a low profile servo in the back, but let's just have a look, shall we? So the problem that Capricorn was referring to, yeah, you can see I'm just waiting for that so that I can see. Yeah, we're good. Oh, me audio's disconnected, guys. Can you still hear me? My microphone that's on my head has just cut out because it needs charging. Not links, but talking of difference, 12-inch pizza compared to a 10-inch is 44% bigger. There you go, guys. It's still, this works, Lee. Thank you for that, because the circumference, if that's what it's called, is circumference of a pizza is the same as the circumference of a link, isn't it? So I'm just looking 10-inch, 12-inch. So yeah, so this link, oh, you can still hear me, thank goodness for that. Right, let's get that debris on charge. That lasts for hours, so it must be ages since I've charged that. So it's 1 millimeter difference. So if I went from a 5 to a 7, no, it's not the same, is it? Because it's a percentage. Anyway, as Lee was suggesting, going from this little skinny link, which is a 5, going up to a 6 or a 7, it's probably going to be a 6. Going up to a 6 on the front here is going to make a huge difference in terms of the amount of weight we're going to put. And at the moment, what was that? 57.43. I reckon, I'm going to guess now, we'll see. I reckon that is going to make this rig in its current configuration somewhere around 64.36. And we'll see how that goes. It might need some adjusting. Can you see the back of the rig? So Capra Queen was saying that we would need to put a smaller servo in, but where we've gone to 260, it clears. Let me get that into the shot better for you. Just waiting for an update on the screen in front of me because I'm watching my phone. Oh, great. Now it's glitched out. There we go. Yeah. See, it clears. This shot could not be. What hole have we got it in? Yeah, so it's in the closest hole back that way. We could even lay down a little bit more. And then we'd be into it. So if we wanted the second hole, we would be in. I honestly don't. I want all that drop out. Yeah, we just need to get the spring in right, but I can change that later. That is perfect. Look where that ends up. This is going to be so good, guys. I know, like, you could say, oh, well, he's just saying that because this is the promo or not, like the pre-promo of his kit. That is going to be so nice once that's done. I'm really, really looking forward to getting the final bit of the jigsaw puzzle for this sorted. I'm looking at the time now, guys. I've got to go and pick my missus up and Neo, and we've got to get some dinner and stuff ready and walk the dog and all that. So I've got a ton to do. I better get off. Lee, Rudy, Capra Queen, John, Sam, Osborne, Erwin, thank you so much, guys. If I missed anybody, if I do, it's ADHD brain. Capra Queen, Kiko, thank you so much as well. Martin, anybody that's popped in and that is still here, thank you so much. If you are interested in the stretched version of my link kit, it will have chunky front links, so we're going to be changing that up a little bit. We might come up a little bit on the front end, but we'll see how that goes. There will definitely be a number of changes before the final version, but this is one of the pivotal moments of the process, I think. Thank you very much for coming in. Remember, guys, I say this all the time, don't I? But I really do believe that the thing that everybody's focusing on isn't the thing that's going to fix it. I think if there was more love in the world and people were kinder to each other, that would fix a lot of the problems. So bless you all. Thank you. I hope you have a fantastic, whatever it is, wherever you are. And love is always the answer. Kiko, just in time. Just for you, Kiko. There we are. We've just weighed it on the scales. In this configuration, it's 57.43. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. 57.43. And we've ended up at just a fraction over 260 millimeters total. I am going to be making a heavy lower and delving upper for the front in this stock length. We're going to keep it skid forward, and we have gone with an 85 instead of a 75. And I think once I'm sprung correctly, she's going to sit about like that, and then we'll see where we go from there. Will I go up to a slightly different tyre? It's possible that I'm going to go up to a 4.19 tyre. Now that'll give us a little bit more ground clearance and stuff, because we have lost some belly, or we've extended the problem at this height, if that's a better way to put it. So I was just going Kiko, and I've just explained to everybody I've got a ton of jobs to do. Got to go and pick up my little boy and my good lady. So I'm going to get off there. Thank you very much to everybody that's tuned in. If you could boop the like button on the way out the door, just to let people know you enjoyed the screen. Well, not people, it's the algorithm, isn't it? Just to let YouTube know that there was something here worth popping in for. There's 9 of you out there right now, guys. I really appreciate you, and I hope you have a fantastic whatever it is, wherever it is, wherever you are. Sam, good luck delivering that parcel to the old lady. Bye for now. I really enjoyed that, guys. Thank you.